not really too sure exactly. Could be telling the truth, could be full of shit, could have ulterior motives, but like, you're not exactly sure.
Okay.
Right, well, it's good to have you on board, Smeek.
Nah, it's good to be back. I've missed you guys.
We missed you too.
Aww.
You're one of us now, man.
One of what? Who's us? What are you guys?
Shit, I don't think we really have a name. I don't know. I guess that was going to be something we would have decided later on down the track.
I mean... Yeah?
Well, I mean, what do you think we should be called, Smeek? What do you think the group name should be? You're one of us now, so you get a say.
He thinks he is standing there like, and you can see as well that now like the possible days for a little bit of moustache, like not nearly like this, but close to, like there's a little vague bit of like whiskers.
So basically this.
He's no less than.
So me.
No, he doesn't have alopecia. He's like he's stroking like maybe 5 hairs total, and he's just like. But he's thinking for a solid like 2 minutes, and he doesn't stop doing this the entire time. Points at you. Points at you. Points at you.
Sorry, that took a lot longer than I was expecting.
Oh, good man.
Smeek has appeared.
And Smeek is now giving us suggestions for our group name.
Just quickly, did he appear in a snowball fight?
No?
What was that to do with him?
No, so Alfei lit some incense and kind of waved it around you to make you smell a little bit better. And as that was happening, he got a telepathic message from Smeek, saying, "What is that? That smells really good. Can I have some?" And then he waddled over in a new outfit.
So I can assume that he threw the snowball.
I mean, you can assume whatever you want to assume. Just remember, when you assume, it makes an
us
ass out of you and me.
But that also includes you, so I'm willing to take the bet.
You can take whatever you want to take.
Just like Smeek.
No, he doesn't do that anymore. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
He's a new man.
When there's a free moment, I will be asking him about that.
I mean, there's been a free moment for a few hot minutes.
As he's standing there thinking about our group name.
He's been now standing there for about 1 minute and 10 seconds, smoking his 5 hairs of a mustache, thinking of a group name.
I'm gonna turn to him and be like, "Was the snowball you?"
He changes hands. Feel like this.
It was you. You're lucky. That second shot would have been right on you.
He shakes his head like, no, it wouldn't have been.
I like this town. It's a prick.
It's not my name.
It'll do for now.
Okay. Mazel tov. Like...
That's amazing.
I like it.
Look, man, I'm not good with this kind of stuff. Like, if you got a name, you pick a name, I'll go with it. But like, I don't wanna. I'm new. I'm new here. I wanna dictate things or whatever. What about you, Muggletop? You got a name for the group?
Well, my name's Gadrak, but Mozzeltov as a group name, I mean, we do break a lot of shit. And we're constantly drunk. It's as good as any.
No. You and Alfie are constantly drunk. This one's kind of sober sometimes, and I don't drink it, so
I'm sober most of the time, actually. I've got a lot of thinking to do these days.
there you go. Boom.
As I'm sipping.
You're absent.
I was gonna say, how much liquor did we end up leaving the bar with? Because I believe I had a bottle, he had a bottle of absinthe, and
It was
then,
essentially Everclear is what it was.
yeah, but
Was.
then didn't we have like a keg of something as well?
There wasn't a keg, but you would probably still have that bottle of
The apple, like the fireball.
apple cinnamon whiskey and a few ciders from the old brew. So you would still have that on you, and I don't recall if you bought anything from Toblin.
I believe, didn't I get a bottle of whiskey and I charged it to one of them?
I assumed you drank all of it. But if you didn't, then yeah, you bought that too.
Well, I was drinking to cover all of the shit that happened. I wasn't slamming back an entire bottle of whiskey.
It was really like.
Well, I guess that means you're not sipping your bottle anymore, are you?
Me?
Yeah, true.
He said he slammed back the entire thing.
Yeah.
So I was just saying, I guess that means he doesn't have any more.
Oh, did you also fucking die? Too? Is this a new character? Because fuck.
I'm just immortal.
That can be
You,
tested.
as a human being, not a character, yes.
Yeah.
A lot of things could kill you by now, but
Yeah.
here we are.
Give it time.
So, yeah, I'm you know, I'm not drunk at the moment, but
You're on
Yeah.
your way.
Huh?
You're on your way to getting drunk.
I'm like, you know, your standard road beer. You know, the horses are keeping you on the road, so I don't have to.
We don't have horses.
I was gonna say, I don't think we actually have anything with.
How drunk are you? You guys think you're on horses?
I'd like to imagine the Gadrak's just sitting on the floor going, "This horse sucks,"
Giddy up.
and like literally just like
back, like, go.
just like grabbed like Ezra's belt. It's just like go.
The reason why he started building a snowman was because I'd already been sitting there for 45 minutes.
You realise that now it looks more like a snow horse. That's why it looks weird.
You know what? I see it now.
You're like, why the long face?
You did say he didn't throw the snowball. Was I just imagining that as well? It's like, oh, I must have missed because some snowball hit me.
The horse threw the snowball.
You did, the two of you, however, both Gadrak and Ezra, you did notice for like a good 30 seconds, Althea was just talking to himself, like just, who said that? Like, did you borrow it? Or like, please leave it off.
At this point, I think I'd be familiar with the message spell.
Sorry?
At this point, I think I'd be familiar with the message spell.
You would be familiar with it, yes. You were not familiar with Smeek having any kind of spellcasting ability whatsoever, though.
Yeah, I was just about to ask him that actually. Like, how did he learn that?
Yeah, Smeek.
I'm a
What's
big
up with the
one.
casting?
What is it, what?
The casting, like the spell.
The
when you talk to Alpha in his head.
Oh yeah. I found this, and he pulled out of like the little satchel they had on his back, and it's like just essentially like a pile of post-it notes. That's just like got like scrolling on it. That's in some language. What language did you guys speak?
I will tell you. Let me just.
Celestial, Common, Dwarvish, Elvish, Primordial.
In this campaign?
I don't know.
Yeah, like not in real life, Anthony. Jeez.
Yeah.
What's not in real life?
Do you also speak like Latin? Like what?
All of you. I invented Latin.
I mean, once again, you are immortal.
Exactly.
I speak Abyssal, Common, and Orc.
Yeah, it's not written in any language you guys know, but it has this faintest arcane shimmer.
Hey, Smeek, can I have a look at that for a sec?
You gonna give it back?
I always do, don't I?
No, you haven't taken anything from me.
I did borrow your bag while I had to look through it, remember? And I gave that back.
You know, you made it better, so it's fine.
Exactly.
Hands it over to you.
Just out of context, is it by any chance Dwarvish? I missed it.
Let me just get back onto my character sheet.
What is this character sheet you speak of?
Well, it's this sheet full of characters that I've come across in my travels. You know, like just some interesting ones, just some people that I thought it might be worth remembering.
So you're adding Smeek to the list.
Oh well, I mean, Smeek was on it from the moment I met him. He's so impressionable.
Sure. That is true.
Alright, let's have a look. Oh fuck, that's right. I don't get to prepare. Oh no, I do get to prepare spells. Just because I bet you we've had a long rest since now.
I assumed you would have already prepared your spells before halfway through the day. But
No,
okay.
I haven't. That's probably just going to keep the same ones anyway.
Make a logical assumption like that?
I'm just going to keep the same ones anyway.
Yeah, how dare I expect my players to do the thing that would be, normal.
Right, well, I'm just going to, as I grab it, I'm going to cast Identify. Ritually, of course. I need to save those spell slots.
Okay. So over the course of the next 10 minutes, is anyone doing anything in the meantime, or?
No, I don't think so.
I'm just gonna go approach Snake and say like, two things. Snowball. Don't do it again.
But why? Like,
No.
it was funny.
Just not to me. The
Why
others,
not?
I don't care.
Why
Because
not?
you did it when I was aiming for a target, and
You were gonna miss anyway.
but
I just added a bit of flavor.
if say you bumped my hand and I hit one of these two,
Well, that's why I did it, the other way. Like, I made it so that instead of hitting your shoulder, I hit the bow, so it went in the direction that they weren't. Anyway, what's number 2?
I think 7 days out.
Oh, did he? Okay. Well, by the end of your Identify, it has the vaguest semblance of a wizard spellbook. Like, this much.
Hey, Smeek, where'd you find this?
I mean, some of them I already had. Some of them... One of them I found in a trash bin. The other one... There was a guy who was in a cart. He was sleeping. That's where I got this rope from. He had some papers. They're written in Goblin, so I assumed, they were fine for me to read, and I read them, and they were interesting and whatnot. So I left my other clothes as payment, like you told me to. And I took the robe from the bag, and I took the things, and, here we are.
The thing is, he's not wrong.
Hang on out there. Hang on. All right. Smeek.
Hey, to be fair, I also left a pile of gold.
All right. Smeek. While that is commendable to the highest, whatever. Look, man. You can't just go around taking people's stuff. Like, I know you left payment, but in those sorts of situations, you need consent. You need to talk to the person. You need to make sure that it's okay. If you have even if you have a look at their stuff, how would you feel if I had have just taken that spell book from you instead of asking if I could have a look at it?
Well, that's a spell book.
Exactly that. As I'm handing back the post-it notes.
Look, to be perfectly fair, I looked at them and they looked like some scrap papers written in Goblin. The guy was not a goblin, so I could therefore assume he probably didn't speak Goblin. Fair assumption, right?
No, he did have some papers written in Goblin, so it's a fair assumption that he probably did speak Goblin.
But, they were in a pile of other things that were not written in Goblin, so I thought they were just scraps.
Smeek.
Fine. No, don't give me that look. You killed most of my friends.
That's a low blow. All right. I thought you didn't like them.
I didn't. They're the only friends I had, so
And now you got us. So you traded something shitty
look,
in.
it was definitely an upgrade, sure, but
Hey, look, Smee.
Hey, look, Malta.
How tall am I?
Are you asking him? Or asking me?
No, I'm asking him. No, I'm 6'6", I believe.
I don't know. You're about
3 foot. Oh, it's like that fucking meme. What's it called?
I'm taller than a dwarf, aren't I?
What's a dwarf?
You know those, short, very big beard.
Oh, the short guys. Yeah.
Yeah.
Aren't y'all the same? Like, he's an elf, yeah, and you're an orc-ish? Taylor, whatever. But I thought, humans-ish just came in, differing sizes kind of thing.
We're all, similar enough where we can get along in the same way where we can get along with you. But as you're a goblin, you say that you speak goblin. I'm a human. I can speak dwarvish. I can speak to dwarves. If you taught me goblin, I could speak goblin.
Do you
I
want to
mean,
learn? Pretty
I
easy.
mean,
Most of it is just tonality and how aggressively you talk to one another.
I mean, if you're willing to teach me.
I mean, yeah.
Do you get my point? You can't just assume.
No,
that
I have no idea what you mean.
just because he had papers that were written in Goblin doesn't mean that he couldn't read them.
Okay, here's the thing. Can any of you three read Goblin or speak Goblin?
Yes.
Are you lying?
No.
Make a deception check.
Fuck! 2.
Literally just speaks Goblin to you and you go, what?
Doesn't beat his natural 19 for an 18.
He's like, Goblin says what in Goblin?
Someone says what, and you somehow murmur the Goblin for what?
He does look at you and he's like,
Smeek. I understand that a lot of the time people don't speak Goblin, but you have to understand there are those occasions where people may speak Goblin. Plus, You also speak common, so
We
even
can go back and ask him if you want. He was like parked like 30 minutes outside of the town.
I think we're a bit far for that.
Maybe there when we get back. Who knows?
I doubt it, but I also think he's going to be right pissed off when he finds out that you've stolen some of his stuff. Because even though you left payment...
No. I bought his stuff.
You didn't buy it because you didn't have his permission.
What's the difference?
Once again, how would you like it if I took your stuff and then just left some gold instead? Yeah, you've got some gold, but you don't have your stuff.
Okay.
Alright.
I won't buy things without permission next time. Whatever.
I'm not trying to have it... You go, Gedrick.
Just to prove a point, I'm gonna walk it over.
I thought I was doing the right thing.
Wait, what was that?
He said, I thought I was doing the right thing.
You were close.
I walk over. I rip the spell book or the book out of his hands. And
Well, it's
single...
currently in Ezra's hands.
Alright, well, I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna walk over, grab the spell book from his hands, and I'm gonna place a single unlit torch in his hands.
Well, that's not equal.
And
This
but
is a piece of wood that makes fire. That's...
I think it's equal, so I can just walk off now, right?
Well, no, because clearly this is not equal.
But did you ask the other guy if your trade was equal? So, do you want to keep the torch? Or do you want to say that you made a mistake?
Well done, Gedrick. Well done.
Make a persuasion check.
That has got to have fucking advantage because
fucking super advantage.
that is like that is just like that is the best analogy that I have ever seen.
At advantage, it was 8 followed by a 10.
Hang on. Let me roll inside for him. Hang on.
I believe you said super advantage. Does that get me one more try?
Sure.
For everyone watching the video, he just got a 5.
Triple advantage. 10 and 5.
Thank you.
Oh my god.
Those are Shelley's, not mine. I ate mine.
He looks at you. He's like... Look, look, here's the thing. You make a point. However...
Hey, sorry, my roommate needs a hand. I'm just gonna be 1 sec.
Well, fuck.
He just leaves.
I like to imagine that, like, halfway through Smeek's sentence, Gadrak literally just goes, hang on a second, and just walks off. Don't worry, Smeek. He does that sometimes. Look, I know you had good intentions when you did what you did, and I am not trying to condemn you for that. I'm really proud that you're making steps. Alright? I really am. But, you gotta understand, if you're just gonna leave a sack of gold, it's no better than stealing, because you don't have their permission.
It was like 300 gold. What the fuck?
Jesus Christ! You spent.
Where the fuck did you get?
You spent. No. Let me get this straight. You spent 300 gold for this.
Yeah, it's like 5 pieces of paper. But what I thought was 5 pieces of paper at the time.
You can't even be mad with him.
Smeek.
Cunt doesn't care if he's got no clothes in his book. He's fucking got 300 gold now.
Smeek, just... Alright, look. I know you have best intentions, and I'm really proud of you. How about this? The next time you get that itch, you use that spell that you used on Out There and talk to me about it.
If you're not within 60 feet,
Well then, don't do it.
so I have to live my entire life expecting you to be around.
Is that so hard to believe?
I mean, last time I expected you to be 60 feet around, you guys disappeared without looking for me. So,
I'll tell you what, how about this? I mean, I'm assuming you're going to be sleeping in my tent with me again, so, well,
I would make that assumption.
because you did it last time.
Snore. You snore, though.
I really don't.
No, you really do.
Damn it. Look, I like you speak, alright? So, I'm happy to work with you on this, alright? I'm more than willing to help you out. You just gotta work with me, alright?
I'm doing my best. Let's call it a culture shock. Whatever.
That's fine, because it is. It is, but...
Right.
And I
Should I have
appreciate
left
that.
more? Should I have left 500, 1,000? What should I have left for these?
No, you should have actually just woken him up and asked if you could copy it
Well,
down.
here's the thing. The last time I woke a weird traveler up, tried to talk to him, he attempted to kill me.
Right.
Again, like... Look,
No, that's fair enough. That's fair enough.
Not the most welcome look to some people.
Am I able... As an artificer, I don't really have a spell book, do I?
No. Artificers are similar in the sense of bards, is where they kind of just like figure it out.
Would I be able to teach Smeek Disguise Self?
It would take a while, but yes, because you would essentially have to
I'd have to relearn it the way wizards learn it, to then convey it.
You would essentially have to write a How to Disguise Self by Ezra.
Okay.
Like,
What I might do then is, from now on, whenever we're in a city, I am just going to look for any written works that resemble, like any like old spell books or anything like that, and one, see what's in it, obviously, and two, if it has the Disguise Self spell, immediately I'd like to teach that to Smeek, or at least copy it down so then I can show him.
you, outside of Twat Waffle and Glass Staff, you have not met a single wizard in Phandelver. Not even a spellcaster, let alone a wizard.
I'm more talking libraries, things like that, stuff where you may find not spell books in
Also
general.
that, no libraries in Phandelver.
Okay.
What do I count as then?
You're a cleric.
Eric?
Yeah, but like...
Yours is divine intervention. Yours
Your
is divine
divine
magic.
sugar daddy goes, you can do this today.
Yeah.
It's like a warlock, but better.
Yeah, I just meant like, wouldn't clerics be technically spellcasters as well?
No, they are spellcasters, but they're different.
Right.
You go, what's your one? Shoal? Shoal? What's your god's name?
Oh, mine, fucking... Saloon.
Saloon. I got the S right. You go, Saloon, let me do this. Kill wounds. Saloon, let me do this. Zone of truth.
No, I don't think I will.
That might be happening to Adel soon.
Sorry?
That might be happening to Adel soon.
Yeah, I know. And actually, again, anyone watching this, my character in his campaign is also called Adel. For reasons.
Yeah. Anyway. Yeah, well, that's fine. I just want to kind of keep my eyes open, even then, just for any spellcasters that we do come across that seem to be more of a...
You could do it yourself. Like, you could teach him
I
this guy
could.
yourself. It would just take several days.
I just have better things to do, like try and work on my gun.
If that's better than teaching Sneak how to not get killed.
True.
I'm gonna
The
go.
boomstick.
Yeah, well,
I'm gonna go take a quick hot piss.
Yeah, I'm gonna grab a snack actually.
Do you guys need to order food or anything? Because I know normally you both do.
I've got food here.
I might just cook some after this, but yeah.
You
Cool. I know.
cook?
I know.
Oh.
You?
I'd be fuckers.
The fuck are you?
I know.
Alright, I'm gonna pause the recording then.
Well, it's time for a break.
Ding! I am now.
I've ordered some Zeus Street Greek. I'm so keen.
Ooh.
Ooh, you lucky fucking son of a bitch.
Big fat lamb kebab with some chips. Ooh-wee!
Yeah, I got party pies.
Yeah.
I'm not yesterday.
I'm not even jealous.
Anyway.
Anyway,
Got yourself. What? Take 3. What I was going to say is, over the next 5-ish weeks, I'm going to be bouncing between houses. But part of that is I'm going to be house sitting for my parents, and they've kind of given me like free reign because they're going on holidays. So I'm thinking I might chuck an in-person session or 2 if you're keen.
Ooh.
I mean, I know that it's reasonable
no.
for it.
You can stop right there. Yes.
Right.
For me, it just depends on the day, because now I'm working out at Moorebank, so my timetable's a bit fucked.
No, it's Fouquet.
Yeah, it's
Honestly, it does for me too, because I'm going to get the COVID vaccine too, and apparently it can make you feel like absolute shit. So,
Yeah.
Wait.
It's,
Knowing you, well,
it's any point between, 2 to 6 weeks from now,
Alright,
or you fancy some bitch.
I will say,
no, it's a grape juice. It's a grape juice.
from the 30th to the 3rd, I'm going to be out of commission, because I'm getting my wisdom teeth out on the 30th.
So you mean you don't want to play Ezra being like,
Well,
can
no,
confirm it's not a good time.
the thing is, the 30th is the Friday, and then the 3rd is the Monday. So we'll see how I'm feeling at the end of Monday, whether we play Wildman or not.
Well, I'll just do something. I'll do a one shot.
We'll see how I'm feeling. I have a pretty high pain threshold, so I should be okay.
Well, you know what you can do? You can do something like Anthony did and play a Minotaur who just says move.
No.
Or, hear me out. You can stop being a princess and you can suck it up.
Once again, says the one who is currently looking for full-time work, doesn't have a girlfriend, and is currently about to be bouncing from house to house.
Honestly, it wasn't the
The setup
pain.
doesn't work out as well.
What's that's there's no relevance between the two. What's up?
Yeah.
One's physical damage, one's emotional. Like,
Emotional
pain
can do
wasn't
physical
bad,
damage.
to be honest. But it was the first day, but after that, it was more just annoyance because you're just so swollen.
knowing you though, Anthony, like you have like a higher pain tolerance than most because you are constantly on death's door. So like a common cold is like breathing to you, and wisdom teeth is like so truth. Fuck.
Actually, it kind of was.
That's what mine is at the moment anyway, and I've got one that's going in directly sideways and pushing all of my teeth.
Yeah, that's how mine was. That
Yeah.
was fucking painful. Yeah,
But yeah,
that
so
was fucked.
I'm kidding. You know I love you.
sometimes I question it.
No, I wouldn't be this much of a dick if I didn't love you.
That's true. That's true.
No, you know it. You know it.
Yeah, look, I've been in. Yeah, that's yeah. All right. Well, we've been recording for that.
If you need validation, I do love you.
I always need validation. I'm an anxious piece of shit.
True.
Alright,
Just-
Malfoy.
Just ask Shelley how bad it is. Like, it's bad.
I don't need to.
Yeah. Anyway, let's jump into it.
I was just going to say, for context, there's 4 solid weeks of availability on my end, over 3 days a week.
So your legs are just like,
Oh yeah, I'm wide open.
Wide open and ready to go.
and lubed up for your convenience.
Ooh. Some free
I mean, I'm
lube.
not
Shall we
out on that
kick
way,
off?
but I'm not going that far.
Shall we kick off?
Sounds good. I've been recording for all of that, so, you know.
All you need. Bryce, the other thing you missed there was... What did you say to him, Brandon?
Uh, basically just doubling down, saying that you really need permission to kind of spy things from people.
Yeah, yeah, Snake literally, he was just like, look, I left like 300 fucking gold. Like, is that not enough? Should I left 500, 1,000? What should I have left?
And I'm just going to... What the? 10 D20.
What?
Oh, Althea. I just... I turned to... I kind of kneeled down a bit. Not in a patronising way, just kind of so I'm on his level. Look.
You kneel down and you still told him.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. I'm just going to go, look, I understand you are trying, and here, I'm going to help teach you this spell. Have you heard of the spell Disguise Self?
No, but I assume it's in the name.
It really is. It means you can do this, and I cast Disguise Self myself. I cast Disguise Self on myself.
Disguise Self on my soul. I'm a good person. I'm a good person. I'm a good person.
And I'm going to make myself look like a tall goblin.
I ain't never seen a goblin that's tall. That's impressive.
Yeah, well, if you do this spell, you can make yourself look like just a short human or anything like that. And that way you don't really...
Or a dwarf.
Yes. Yes. But yeah, so if you use this spell, you can make yourself not look like a goblin so you don't get injured whenever you're in public.
Let's do that. Yeah, I like the sound of that.
Alright, I'll help teach it to you. It might take a little bit, just because the way I do magic and the way you do magic are a little bit different, but we should get there in the end.
What magic?
You know how you were talking to Althea telepathically?
Tell what?
Speaking to Althea in your mind.
Yeah.
That's magic.
That's what that word is.
And
We call it Lach in Goblin.
blech.
No, not without the D. Lach.
Oh, blech.
Yeah, no.
Right.
You're out.
I'll teach you some magic. It might take us a little bit, and I do have some other things that I'm working on. But I think this Disguise Self spell is pretty crucial for your long-term survivability.
I would agree.
So let's get started. Okay.
Yes, sir. And he gives like a full at attention, you never seen him so full. He full attention, salutes it off.
And I'm just going to pretty much spend the rest of the day helping him try and learn Disguise Self, writing down bits and pieces that I need to, talking him through it, just whatever it takes.
Yep. Sounds like a plan. Bryce, did you want to finish off your conversation with him at all, or are you content?
No, I'm content. He seems to have at least learnt the difference. So, in fact, no,
He's gathered the basics.
I will step in and be like, just as the final plot point, jumping back, it's just the idea of, so, you might think something's worth it, I might not.
Again, I figured 300 gold pretty good, so...
Look, he might wake up happy, because he's got 300 gold. He might wake up really upset because he doesn't have his book.
Well, again, at the time, they looked like crap pieces of paper. I thought it was okay. What? I don't know what the word is. I don't know how to say it in common.
What are you trying to convey?
Look, I don't... The best way to phrase it is, if you're not sure,
If you wish you didn't do something,
You're sorry.
sorry.
That's good. That if you ever, in fact, if you ever wish that you didn't do something,
Anthony, take notes.
just say that. I'm sorry.
What have I done?
I was gonna say.
Adel, drink water.
Oh,
What?
Adel, drink
Oh,
water.
Oh.
That's a
I
glass
thought
of
you
straight
meant like
vodka.
if you wish you had.
yeah, because
Yeah,
you're
I was
like,
what?
if you're ever sorry, and you're like Anthony St. Ghost, I'm like, what have I done?
What haven't you done?
Yeah.
A lot, actually.
Yeah. Yeah.
What he's sorry for.
So I turned to him. I'm like, if you're ever unsure, you even if a person's sleeping and you desperately want something, you can wake them up and ask.
Again. I look like now. Now I always look like this, but I look like this. Most of the time, people see this and they either run away or they kill.
It is hard for you. It's definitely harder for you.
It.
My point is, he might wake up happy because you gave him 300 gold. He might wake up sad because you took his book. And you don't have a way.
A few scrap pieces of paper that were written in Goblin.
He might be sad because you took his scrap paper. You don't know what he wanted. So, it's always better to ask a person. And because I believe I'm still holding his book, I hold out. I'll give you this book for one torch.
He takes the piece of paper as he goes. I'm kidding. There you go.
There we go. See, now, we've just made a deal.
I'm not an idiot. I don't know what a deal is.
I'm just saying.
He
we've
took the
just-
bad end.
Yes, in this case I did. But do you get the point?
I mean, yeah, now.
And also when you said, I'm sorry, those are good words. If you ever feel like you've made someone upset, I'm sorry. Sorry, the feeling like you did something you regret. 1 second.
I just want to say, I love how this whole session has just been parenting.
Yeah.
And I'm for it. I love it.
You know, hey, what it is.
And everyone leaves. Boop. We'll just do
Heard
that
it
for
first,
that.
folks. Bryce is happy to take it.
I was about to say something like that.
I didn't mute him in time.
What do you mean? That was perfect.
God, that is a good bourbon.
Agreed.
It's Wild Turkey Long Branch.
Yeah, well, you know what?
Not sponsored.
Uh,
But no, it's actually pretty good.
if Wild Turkey wants to.
I mean, yeah, go for it.
Ain't gonna say no.
Fuck no. And then with my whiskey dice.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, your cold rocks.
The cold math rocks.
The cold math rocks.
Yeah.
Bryce, we've discovered that you're happy to take it.
Always am. What am I taking?
I mean,
You
that's
heard it here first, boy.
That's up to you.
Oh, did it travel through the mic?
Until I muted you.
Yeah, no, my friends were just offering a lift. But,
And they were offering, and you said, "I'll take it."
I mean, I don't say no.
I mean, look, when it's offered and for free.
Anyway, What would you guys like to do?
Um,
Successfully parented Smeek.
is there a check or anything I need to make to teach him disguise self?
I will say, definitely make an Arcana check. It is a high DC, however.
That's not bad. 18 plus 6 for a 24.
Not bad, he says. Not bad.
Good size.
You make headway. You don't. He doesn't learn anything in the sense that he can cast anything right away, but he definitely understands the theory behind it.
Yes.
It'll still take you a couple of days to properly allow him to transcribe the spell.
Mm-hmm.
However, you've made a good start. Okay. Is there anything else you guys would like to get accomplished during your travels? Because I'm just going to go ahead and assume that some, not all, but some of that conversation was you walking as well.
Yeah, probably. Once Smeek knows disguise self, I'm just going to keep working on the blueprints and keep working on the prototype.
I mean, like, it'll take days. Like, nearly a week.
And how long is it going to take us to get to Cragmore Castle?
Like, 3 days.
Oh. Well, I guess I'm just teaching Smeek how to cast disguise self.
Cool.
If anyone else would like to do anything.
I think so.
No
Every day.
No prayers from you at all?
No, I would just probably make a snowman every day.
That's fair. Make a performance check.
10 again.
So it looks like a bit of a fucking horse.
Yeah. That makes sense. I'd say that, like, as we're going on through the days, I'd just pray every morning and night. As I'm waking up and going to bed.
Yeah. That's fair. Well, by the end of the first day, you make a camp. It's been a very quiet day so far, or up until now. Like, you haven't even encountered people or caravans, or scarcely even animals on your trip as well. So whether you guys want to keep watches or not, that is up to you.
Okay, I'm going to cast Alarm every night, just around us.
What is the radius on an alarm that you're allowed to cast it on?
It's pretty big.
I will tell you, and it'll be ritually. It's 30 feet. I got a 30-foot range.
Yeah, so you can easily make your tents if you have them.
It's a 20-foot cube.
20-foot cube.
But I get alerts every like 30 feet around it.
So wait. So a 20-foot cube and then 30 feet around the cube?
No. Now that I'm actually reading it properly instead of just glancing over it. So 20-foot cube.
Yep.
And then you can hear the alarm go off within 60 feet, but it wakes me up immediately.
Okay. Okay. So
there is now only technically 4 of us, and Smeek bunks with me.
Does he?
I mean, if he doesn't want to, he doesn't have to, but I am the one that's teaching him how to disguise himself, and that's how it was originally.
Well, you spend a bit of downtime before going to to sleep. And I'd assume during that time is when you're teaching him.
Mm.
And when you actually go to sleep, you just say, I'm gonna go sleep in Gadrak's tent.
He snores worse than I do.
Well, I haven't heard it, so we'll see.
Good luck.
And he leaves the tent. And Gadrak, he opens your tent rather vigorously. And he says, I'm going to sleep here tonight. Is that okay?
Yeah, sure.
Hey. Nice.
I shuffle over to make as much room for him as possible.
Yeah, he's not a big goblin, so it doesn't take that much space.
Still, but
Uh,
regardless,
Anthony,
it's 50-50.
yeah. Anthony, roll a d20 for me, please.
Fucking hell, 10.
Morning comes to you all as the bit of light begins to crest through all the tent. Also roll the d4 for me if you don't mind as well.
1.
1. So the morning comes. The sun breaches through all of your tents. And while it is still cold, there is no snowfall during the day. There is still snow around. However, no active snowfall. At least for the hot moment.
Yeah.
I assume Althea again makes breakfast for everyone.
Oh, yes, 100%.
Good.
Yeah.
Your standard bacon, eggs,
Bacon, eggs, sausages.
bacon, eggs, sausages, and toast. It's she gets you going.
A classic.
A classic.
That's
Next time,
very
there might
nice
be a hash brown.
breakfast.
Who knows?
Ooh.
Maybe a vegetable. He'll make an answer.
I was gonna say that's like convincing Anthony to drink water. It's not gonna happen.
Or actually, funnily enough,
I love
cracked that
vegetables.
code long ago.
I love vegetables, so
just not water.
yeah.
And about half an hour after sunrise, you'll finish emptying your tents, packing them up, and you set on your way. Can I get, please, Anthony Bryce to roll me a d20 and a d4, and let me know what the results are separately, please.
Give me 1 second.
1.
Sorry, my roommate's just knocked again.
Well, any more than a sec, any less than a second. They have failed. Tragically.
Yeah.
Is there anything that you guys would like to do in the meantime during the morning?
No, I'm good.
I don't think so, no.
No?
What would I need to make black dye?
My soul.
No. You like black people, you wouldn't make black people die. Cut that bit out, Eagle.
Jesus Christ!
That's staying in.
No! Nah,
Jesus!
Seriously, what did I miss that caused?
You don't want to know.
you don't get to know either. Black dye, I'd say you'd probably need any mixture of natural substances and oils So any real kind of oil plus a either fruits or vegetables or leaves, plants, things of the sort, or even coal, stuff like that.
Would you say I would be able to use the charcoal from the fire at the camp?
Yeah,
Sick.
if you have oil with you as well, yeah. It take a check, but yeah, sure. Ingredient wise, I'd allow that.
I don't think I have oil with me.
Hang on a sec.
Anyone watching? I don't know how ink is made.
Not by that.
Sue me later.
Don't do that.
If
Well,
Ryan
how is it made?
taught me
Brian, you
anything,
expert. Tell me how ink is made.
Generally, pigments are made by alcohols, not oils. You soak things in alcohol.
So you're fine then. You've got plenty of alcohol.
I ain't
excellent.
wasting any of that shit.
I would be taking the alcohol and I'd be making black dye.
You also still need something with a pigment in it.
Yeah, charcoal.
He's picking coal out from from fires.
Yes.
And because it's D&D, I'll allow it. Make for me. I'll say. D4. Hang on. 1, 2 is that. What's that? Make a wisdom check.
Wisdom check. Where is it?
DC 12.
How does a 7 do ya?
Ain't it 12 now, is it?
Yeah, I bet it could be.
One day.
But could it?
It still shocks me that your cleric only has a +2 to wisdom.
No!
Like, how did you... I don't know
motherfucker's a
what
cleric?
gods in the real world you piss off to get with your fucking dice rolling abilities, but it must have been a big one.
Yeah.
He's been praying to Will Wheaton this entire time.
Sure. I got that, but I was just like, You managed to make like a little vial about this big of dye, and you go, oh shit, and then you'll just drop it and stain your hands.
That is something Althea would do.
Yeah. I didn't realize I touched my soul with these hands.
Turns out you touch your hands with these souls.
Yeah.
Right, is there anything particular in the morning you would like to do?
When there's a moment, I'm gonna wait till after we've woken up. I'm just gonna turn to Snake and be like, "Hey, I don't mind, but is there any reason why you chose my tent last night? I mean,
Ezra snores.
Am I better? Like, I'm a bit more fit than he is. I'd hope that it's a bit. I'm army for 30 years. You better know this boy's ripped.
I'm sorry, but my dad's army currently, and he ain't ripped.
Yeah, but like Bryce is like fresh. Gadrick's fresh out of army. Like he's just left the service.
But my point is, I turn to him. So do I snore less?
Roll a d20.
Make a snore check.
I just realized I literally went for an actual check, not realizing that it was just a number. Ooh, 18.
You don't snore at an inch. He goes, no, I didn't even hear anything. That sounds like a baby.
Could have been dead.
Well, it's up to you if you want to, listen out for the other one, but, there's always space.
I mean, I'll check with Althea next time, but otherwise, yeah.
hold my fist. I just realised I still haven't turned my camera on. I hold my fist out, just waiting to see if he fist bumps it. I don't know if that's something in Goblin, but
He punches his fist out and then attempts to go for a complicated thing. Is you don't know that, do you? It's a goblin handshake.
All right. You said you're going to teach me the language, but you started with that handshake, okay?
Let's go right now. And he teaches you a fist to a slap to a finger gone through a little twinkle. Then it goes up, down, fist bumps again, then pulled into a handshake with a bit of a hug.
Right.
And after the hug, it's like, hey.
Jeez.
Now, do you want Gadrak to remember that, or do you want me?
You entirely. Because you know I won't.
I think I actually got it.
Oh, love it.
So I turn around. It takes me a couple of tries, but fist bump, hand slap, turn to fist bump, hand slap, finger guns, finger whatever the fuck that's called.
Twinkles.
And then, finger twinkles, handshake, pull in for the hug, followed by up, down, pull in for the hug.
You got it.
Oh, love it.
You know the goblin handshake.
Ooh.
Is that like a full goblin ritual, or is that just like a you and your friends sort of thing?
I mean, it's every goblin I know.
And I need to make more goblins. Hopefully,
You really
they're cool
don't.
with you.
No, really, you really don't. No.
I'll take your word for it.
Unless there's a specific reason that a non-goblinoid is in the camp. Kind of kill on sight, sort of thing.
Well, here's what we'll do. We'll use that as like a sort of how you going between me and you, like a hi, how are you? But to say goodbye, just hold your fist out, and we'll just do the first one. Pop. That's how you say bye.
I mean, if you want, it's a bit boring, but sure.
Yeah, it's boring, but you also, like, it's simple. It's...
Yeah, you're in a rush, you want to say goodbye, like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go now. Yeah, I get you.
Alright.
Shall we go?
Yeah.
We shall.
Alrighty. Did I get that D20 and D4 from you?
No. I was dragged away at that time.
Unbelievable.
Up next. D4. D20 is a 9. The D4 is a 4.
So again, the road for at least the first few hours of the day.
Sorry, is my mic... Oh, sorry, is my headset stuffing up? I'm hearing like a static sound. Is that
I'm
on
also
my
hearing
end?
that.
Alright, I think it's you, Brandon. Yeah,
It's muted, so...
he just muted himself.
Is it me?
But that seems to have...
And we're good. So, at least for the first few hours of the day, again, it's an empty room. Probably about mid-afternoon to about 2, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, the snow begins to pick up again. And it's heavy. It's winds are blowing. It's not quite a blizzard. However, the cold is beginning to affect you. When you guys do slow down for you probably lose about a third of the day's travel just having to slow down with your gear and fighting through the cold and making sure you guys are staying.
Is it cold enough for us to suffer anything, or is it just
Damage-wise, no. Exhaustion-wise, no. It just slows you down.
so? Would a torch be beneficial? Just giving everyone a torch to keep them warm, or is that
I don't know. Is that what you do?
is it that level of cold where I think a single torch will help?
Make a survival check.
Yeah,
Make a survival check.
I was just about to say that. I can make a survival for the knowledge with my -3 in survival. I rolled a 0.
You have no fucking idea. You're thinking it's cold. It's just cold. Fucking cold.
I will say, if I was cold, I'd just be holding a fireball in my hand. Fireballs.
Go on, hold a fireball in your hand. See how that works out for you when you lose concentration.
I mean, holding the fire, it definitely warms you up. And it keeps you warm enough, depending on how often you're casting it. The other three would notice that it does not. You do not seem to be slowed down by the cold.
I'm gonna take that, start lighting up torches from his firebolt, and just start passing them around.
How long do torches last?
About 8 hours, I think it is.
Yeah, I think.
If you hand out a torch and everyone uses that as a fire source, it doesn't slow you down whatsoever, and by the end of that 8 hours, you have made a normal amount of travel.
Oh, so we wake up and we're instantly hit with the slowed travel. Is it we wake up and
no, you wake up in about 3 hours after traveling. It hits you.
Alright, so I'll save the rest of the torches for future days of travel. I don't actually hand one to Alfei because he can always firebolt warm himself, but
That's true.
I would also have, once we woke up, changed my armor model to Infiltrator instead of Guardian.
So what does that do for you?
It changes, so I don't have Thunder Gauntlets anymore, and I don't have Defensive Field. Instead, I have Lightning Launcher, which means a gem-like node appears on one of my armored fists or on the chest. It's my choice. It counts as a simple ranged weapon with a normal range of 90 feet and a long range of 300 feet, and deals 1d6 lightning damage on a hit. On each of my turns, when I hit a creature with it, I can deal an extra 1d6 lightning damage to that target. It also increases my speed by 5 feet, and I have advantage on dexterity, advantage on stealth checks, which cancels out the disadvantage I get from my splint armor.
Okay. Good to know. Good to know.
But I can change the model after a short or long rest of my armor. So
Nice. Good to know. I'd say you aren't, just with the armor alone, you're not then probably disadvantaged at all by the travel. And then the warmth, if you want, if for whatever reason you wanted to, you could jump ahead of the group.
I'd stick to the front, keep an eye out, but I wouldn't leave them.
I'm just gonna give a cough if anyone has prestidigitation.
Soz man. And my only cantrip that actually does damage is Ray of Frost.
That's a 12 waffle exclusive that does not exist anymore.
Yeah.
I love that spell because it literally just says that you can make people warm.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
It'd be handy.
Keep it kind of handy though. But a good 8, 9, 12 even hours, however long you guys want to travel for, passes before you begin to start making camp. Ezra, are you spending the travel while you are walking? Are you again help sneak out with a disguise spell?
Of course.
Arcana check, please.
Plus 6, that is a dirty 20. Roll a 14.
So, with the few materials he has, he begins adding to his spellbook. The disguise self spell. It'll take another couple of attempts, but you've made good progress on it so far.
Alright.
The night does begin to fall. I assume you guys make camp, set up fire, do all the jazz.
Set up my alarm.
Set your alarm, yep.
I would like to try with the the fucking die again.
With the what? Oh, the die? Yeah, roll a wisdom check we said last time.
Yeah. 12.
You successfully make some black die.
Excellent. I would like to use that die and dye my hair black.
Oh.
Is Althea about to have his grunge period? Because I am here for it.
When have they not been in their grunge period?
Sorry, Anthony, can you just stand up and show us your shirt?
No.
No, go on.
You must.
You really? Oh, there we go.
Thank you. Just for the fuck of it, just roll a d20. Just roll me a d20. Just motherfucker.
That sounds fair. 10. What is with these 10s?
He misses the roots and gets more of that balayage that you.
No. The DC was like 5. It's fine. You successfully managed to dye your hair black.
Awesome. If there's any remaining dye, I'll kind of just get some eyeliner type of thing.
Why not? You do it.
Sick. Alrighty. Yeah. Cook dinner for everyone. Go to bed.
Boom.
Gadrick, did Althea dye his hair?
I think so.
Is he okay?
Is anyone who dyes their hair okay?
Adel, are you okay?
The answer is always no.
Yeah, that's fair.
The truth
I'm always fantastic.
the truth is, this has been a very long-winded excuse for us to throw you an intervention. Do you want to talk about it?
I look great. What is that talk about?
I agree.
No, that's what we were going to talk about. Back to the game. I was actually...
Yes, I want to talk about it. Compliment me.
Are you me?
I mean, well, it's a queer thing. It's always.
Yeah.
Adel, you look like the human personification of the Sonic character Shadow, and I mean
I'm okay with
that's quite possible.
I love it.
Fuck it hell, I reckon.
If I was to be a furry, Shadow would be the way to go.
Yeah.
Silver.
Oh, Silver is sick.
Yeah.
Nah, still Shadow.
Anyway, not sponsored by Sonic or Sega in general, but could be.
I'm a fairy boy myself.
Alright, back to the game.
Yeah, back to the game. When we're all sitting down to eat, I turn to Snake and just say, "Hey, you're gonna crash with Alfie tonight, but you reckon you might have some time to put 1 or 2 goblin lessons in?"
Oh, yeah, entirely, yeah.
Well, I am still teaching him the disguise self spell.
Yeah, I mean, I
Disguise self is is literally about your survival.
you do that first. I mean, I want to
Sure.
teach goblin that might keep you alive.
Make another Arcana check.
Not as good. 14.
You still make some headway. He adds some more words into his thing, but he seems distracted by the idea of being able to teach someone something. So it doesn't make quite as much headway as you'd like.
If I noticed that he was distracted, I just kind of look. All right, I know that you're really excited to go teach Gadrak, so we can hold off the lesson for tonight, and you can go teach him some Goblin.
No, it's okay. Like we'll it's more important.
Don't do it on my account. I can't teach you if your heart's not in it.
This is about my life. I like my life. I like it, to continue.
We're still gonna protect you. It can hold off for a night.
No. We're good.
All right.
And he continues.
Yeah.
Brandon, could you please roll for me a d20?
8.
Cool beans.
Would you like a D4?
No. I would not.
But if I notice Smeek leaving Brandon's tent once they finish their lesson, I'm just gonna reach out and have a quick conversation with him.
Well, I assume that the lesson is like during general downtime while you guys are around the campfire conversing. Before you guys officially go to bed.
Yeah.
If you want to reach out and have a conversation, go for it.
I just turned to him. I'm like, hey, I agree with what he said. We might be able to just put it off until you've got that one spell mastered. It will actually make your life better and our lives better, because that way you can come with us. But can you do me one thing? Just give me one phrase that I can practice, and I'll say it to you tomorrow, and hopefully I'll remember.
Do you have a particular phrase in mind?
No, just something that you think will help.
I mean, if you're talking to goblins, you're already in a bad situation.
How about, sorry, I don't speak Goblin?
El Rasa Goblin?
No. Rasa.
La Dasa Goblin.
No.
Lach.
The throaty will be in there. That's Rasa.
Lach. La Dasa Goblin.
Yeah. With a V. Rasa.
Badasa. Lach. Badasa.
But also, say it like you hate the person. Like, you're too polite. It just doesn't translate.
Yeah, Gadrak, you're talking to goblins. Say it like you hate the person.
Thank you. We all fucking hate each other. Goddamn. Say it to me like. Say it to me like. Oh,
like you'd say it to another goblin.
What was that, Adel?
Say it like I killed all of your friends.
I mean, look, you can spare Althea, like, if you want to make it realistic.
I was just gonna say, I clench my glaive and just say, Goblin.
Ah, yeah, there you go. That was good. Yeah. Make an intelligence check.
I was just gonna say, I'm sorry, I am not going to try and remember all of these goblin phrases.
I'm sorry, but just write them down.
If you remember it as a player, no check required.
You just said intelligence?
You can either make an intelligence check and then whatever bullshit you say works if you pass the check, or if you write it down as a player and you remember it as a player, no check required. Because why the fuck?
Ooh, that was close. That's a 9.
I mean, you tried.
It was almost a 16.
You tried.
I'm gonna have to buy myself a notebook.
And you have a laptop that you can...
Just write it down in a Word document.
Do you think I'm that organized?
Google Docs is a
No,
thing.
but I think they're that lazy.
Google Docs is a thing.
Give me, I apologize, 1 hot second.
One. He pulled that shit for me. I'm pulling it back.
Yeah, you know what though? That wasn't a hot second. It was just a second.
Oh yeah, you weren't visible.
Anthony.
Damn right.
Anthony. Ah, fuck.
Horrible. Sorry, horrible.
Fuck you.
Horrible. Rice is in
I'm
fact
so jealous of that.
I've never quite been able to pull off the bridge, but
Oh, you mean the bend?
yeah,
That.
yeah, no, I can never pull off. Yeah,
I've never been able to either, but I want to so bad. I used to just practice card tricks just for the fuck of it.
Bro, I'm in general, I'm not bad at magic tricks, and I'm fairly good at shuffling. But that sort of thing, I just can't.
Cardistry
kind of
is
right.
something that I am still trying to learn. It is really fucking difficult.
Yeah.
That being said, I can throw a card like a motherfucker.
Oh, yes.
So can I.
Was that a U2 from Brandon?
I can do it as well.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to set a target range now.
I was just gonna say, I think we've got ourselves a competition.
Alright.
Alright.
Yeah. You could literally do the McCree thing, just be like, Tanu.
It's new.
Yeah, I used to just practice like card and magic tricks when I was younger.
I don't have the time to practice it anymore, but I love what I'm on a subreddit that's literally just cardistry, and it is so impressive.
Yeah, it really is.
I know I'm not good at cardistry, but I will say my favourite trick that I can do is the one-handed cut, which is very simple.
Yeah.
But when you're speaking to someone who can't one-handed cut, just this idea of
Yep.
it's so simple, but it's so fucking effective.
There's a way to do it one-handed where you cut it 3 times as well. I've seen someone do that and it's like, that's fucked.
I still can't do the one-handed cut.
Yeah, I got it kind of easy because I've got massive hands.
So do I.
Actually, yeah, you.
I've got piano fingers, as Mum always says. She says I have really long fingers. And I'm like, I guess.
But no, what I was going to say, the thing, I can't remember the guy's name, but I'm going to look it up and send it to you. There is a famous cardistry magician who is an expert at cardistry, but he's completely blind.